To ensure their money continues to come inside their pockets, they must find a virgin woman to offer as a living tribute. Can you imagine? This one is coming straight to you from Kasoa. Nana grew up in Kasoa in a very, very poor state, but his mom and dad loved each other. They felt that love can conquer all. Everything in this Accra, I'm not sure. Unfortunately, that quickly changed when one day Nana's father ended up in the hospital. The only thing capable of saving his dad's life was money. At that moment, the Nana realized that money is important. More than love, more than kindness, more than feelings. Money makes the world go round. And unfortunately for Nana and his mother, they didn't have anything to solve this problem. So unfortunately, his father passed. Hospital said there's nothing they can do and that his father's blood was not on their hands. So with that in mind, he decided that he would do everything in his power to make the money he needs to live a happy life. So he put all that energy into school, all that energy into studying, all the way up until he got to SHS. Nana was able to go to school. However, he still had things he needed to pay for. He still had to feed himself, put something in his trunk, and he didn't have money. One day, as he's sitting in prep, some boy walks in saying that he needs milk. He's coming to make gari soakings in his corner. And he has gari, he has sugar, he has granules. He doesn't have milk. So if anybody has milk to dash him, he'll be willing to take it. Nana sat down and contemplated. But, he said, you know what? Let me give it to this boy. Maybe it will solve him his problems. And later on, I can ask him for something. So he gives his sachet of milk. Unfortunately for him, the next day, he can't find the boy. Vanish into thin air. So at this point, Nana doesn't know what to do with himself. He's approached by a guy called Razak. Razak says he and 9 other boys, we are forming a group. And in this group, we will give you your heart's desires. What you're looking for, the money you all are looking for, we will give it to you. First off, we have a small ritual we start with. Razak tells them that this small ritual, all they have to do is put their most valued item inside the fire. And Nana uses the gold chain that belonged to his father. Other people are putting blood. That's when you know something's going on. Razak said, okay, now you people have given your most valuable item. The Grand Master, whoever that may be, will give you people money. Wait. So of course they go about their business. 2 days later, the school headmaster has passed away. The school is in uproar and sadness. That evening, Razak calls all 10 boys, Nana included, together and says, the Grand Master has gifted you people money. Take it and be merry. Obviously, at this point, Nana is not thinking plenty. He's received money, he's going to enjoy it. This continues to happen. 2, 3, 4 days later, a student passes away. Again, that evening, Razak calls them and says, the Grand Master has given you people money. At this juncture, and over the next 2 months, people in this school are dying. Then the school decides that the number of deaths we've experienced in this 2 months, something needs to be done about it. So they organize praise and worship service that they will pray their spiritualities away. Because during this service, Razak is affected. He's starting to feel the seizures in his body. Later on, Razak speaks to all the 10 boys, including Nana, and tells them, look, the Grand Master is very upset with the happenings that this school is doing. Who is praying by heart in this school? He said that to appease the Grand Master and to ensure their money continues to come inside their pockets, they must find a virgin woman to offer as a living tribute. So they decide they must to find a virgin woman. Unfortunately for them, try as they might, the person they had in mind is not succeeding. At this point, Grand Master is upset. He's angered. His soul is. So they said, look, the solution is to offer 2 instead of 1 and hope it appeases the Grand Master. Really and truly, that didn't work either. The Grand Master was frustrated that you've just made things worse. Again, the school decides they're going to call this time prayer and deliverance service. It's not a joke. It is not easy. This is critical. The situation has reached critical. During this prayer and deliverance service, again, Razak is affected, and this time so much worse. He starts to seize and convulse and roll himself on the floor. And during that, he starts to speak, and one by one mentions each of the 10 boys' name, including Nana. At this point, the school is now aware. The students are now aware. The Grand Master, in all honesty, is gone at this point. Everything has fallen inside the water. Nana is kicked out of school, and as he returns home, he realizes that it gets even worse. Upon hearing the news, his mother has catch heart attack to die. All the money he had sent to his mother has turned into bed feathers. He is now out of school and jobless. At this point, Nana realizes that all that glitters is not gold. He has tried, and he has said, you know what? I'm going to put my life back on track. So he starts with the only job he can find at that point is to be a kaya in the market. That is when you're holding people's bags and collecting their groceries for coins. Every day up and down in the market, hot sun. He does this for 4 good years. At this point, Nana is not a small boy anymore. Until one day, on his way to the market, he stops by the street and a Range Rover is approaching, parks and honks at him. The person, the driver, tells him to please come inside. I'd like to speak to you. Honestly, if it's you, are you going inside that car? Do you know the person? Will you sit inside? The person goes, I recognize you. We went to school together. Of course, Nana's confused. He's like, you and who went to school with who? He goes, oh, me and Boba was your senior in school. I'm the one you gave the sachet of milk to. How do you remember me? Boba said he came from a wealthy family. However, at that point in time, his father was being investigated for fraud and thievery and all sorts of allegations. And unfortunately, his family's assets were frozen. So him, rich boy, was broke. His friends and family had deserted them and nobody in school wanted to mind him. So in that moment, not only did Nana give him a sachet, he showed him kindness at the time he really needed it. Unfortunately, Boba was looking for Nana after that incident and never found him. So he said that when he saw him today, he recognized him and he remembered that this is the person who really did something for me. So Boba tells Nana that, look, my guy, I see that you are struggling, but I want to help you. I want you to come and work for me at my company as my assistant. However, you have to stay true to being a correct, decent human being. I'll help you finish your remedial classes. I'll help you go to the university. And if you show me that you're capable of that and more, we can finally start to upgrade your life. At this point, Nana has said, hallelujah, God. Oh. He has finally gotten the break he needs to prove himself that, he can be a good person and do right by other people. So he agrees. And on this journey, Nana finally finishes his remedial courses, starts to go to school, and continues to work as an assistant. In all things, please note, try to be the best version of yourself and do good to others. Regardless of your religion, regardless of your feelings, regardless of what you think, try and do good to others. And you never know what may come back to you. And on that note, that's all we got for you today. Find out more on nanaasempa.com and catch us on all of our social media channels. I'll catch you next time.